My name is Steven Chamberlain, and I'm the owner of Charlie's Pizza here in Nikiski, Alaska. I'm making this video today to show you what I'm doing to raise awareness of geoengineering or climate engineering. The first time I saw these trails in the sky was in the spring of 2008 when my family and I traveled to South Carolina to visit my sisters and my mother, nieces and nephews. The first day that we were there, we were headed up to the golf course, and I saw this giant X in the sky, very defined, thick trails, obviously causing this X in the sky. It's something I had never seen before in my life. I had concern. I had a sick feeling in my gut when I saw it. It was quite intense. By the time I got to the first tee, I saw a plane, a jet, actively spraying another trail. I watched this thing go completely across from horizon to horizon, leaving a big thick trail. And the sickness I felt in my gut got even deeper. By the time we were to the third or fourth hole, the sky was completely littered with these trails, running in all directions, mixing and spreading. It was really quite disturbing. I remember questioning everyone on the first tee. My sisters were there, my mother, my wife, and some other friends, and several people standing on the first tee. And I looked up and I looked at everybody and I said, "What the hell is going on?" I said, "What are they spraying? What are they spraying in the sky? What is this?" And they looked at me like I was crazy. It was unbelievable. Like I said, I knew I think everyone knows right away when they saw this the first time. Everyone knew something was terribly wrong, and that's what leads me to cognitive dissonance. I went back to Alaska after my trip. It was in 2008 when we went to South Carolina. Come back to Alaska, and until the winter of 2013-14, I was in complete denial, suffering from a condition known as cognitive dissonance. Something so fearful entered my reality. It wasn't even reality. I mean, I couldn't accept it. It was something with so much fear into me that my brain said, "No, you cannot accept this." So for 6 years, I didn't see trails. Maybe they weren't here as much as they were down there. But so in the winter of 2014, I started to see the trails again, and the weather here was changing drastically. Very anomalous winter, very warm, very little snow, rain. I've been here 20 years. I've never seen anything like it. Last year the winter was much the same, if not worse, and I expect this year will be much the same. So in January 2014, it was all starting to come back, and I wanted to know what was going on. Starting to make the connection, thinking about the trails and the weather. So I used the word that the public uses, most of the public, for these trails in the sky. You all know what it is, so I won't use the word. I'm not going to say it. I type it into my computer, and for 2 weeks, I'm getting lied to. I spent 2 weeks searching, trying to find the truth, and I knew I was reading lies and deception. I just knew it, but I couldn't find the truth. Like I said, it took a couple weeks before I found the word geoengineering. I searched the word geoengineering, and I came up with geoengineeringwatch.org and globalskywatch.com. My life changed that day. Everything changed. Immediately I became active in this fight. I had finally found the truth. I found people who were active in this fight every day, trying to wake people up. I really couldn't believe that I didn't accept it sooner, or didn't search it sooner. So the next day I came in and grabbed a magic marker, and I started writing the website on pizza boxes. I did about 100 of these a day for 2 months straight by hand. And then I moved on to printing them on paper, 30 to a page. It's dirt cheap. Cut them out into little address label size strips and glue them right on the front of the pizza box. So people get their pizza box and they go to pull the tab and it comes right off. These tabs float around the house for a few weeks, few months, few years, whatever it takes. Eventually somebody's going to search it. So it's a good way of just getting it out there. I'm sure a lot of the homes in Nikiski have these things laying all over the place. So It's a great way to do it. You can use these flyers, you can print these off the website, two-sided. They're excellent tools. If you do use these to approach people, I suggest you cover the bottom half, kind of fold it in half, show them the top half first, and say, isn't this what the sky should look like, or what it used to look like? And then show them the bottom half, and they see the contrast immediately. So it's just a great way to use that flyer. So take these ideas, take this pizza box idea, and go to your local pizza shop owner. There's a pizza shop in every town in this country, and tell them about geoengineering, inform them, and then see if you can do this, and help them do it. Be part of it. It's real easy and it's real cheap. So I'm going to take you for a walk around, show you some other things that I'm doing with my chalkboard, my sign out front, things you can pass on. All right. Alright, so when people come into Charlie's here, usually at lunchtime they're going to take a look at the slice box. It's full, holds 6 larges, and so they'll be over here picking out their slice, and I want to give them something right away, try and catch their attention, and this one kind of does it. It's like a bunch of people looking at their cell phones. They're all just like staring down at their cell phones. Every one of them. It's kind of the same guy, but whatever. And they're on a frozen lake or a field or something. And then the sky is just being littered above them while they're looking down at their phones. So, ecocide, actually omnicide is probably a better description of what's going on. This one's one of my favorites. I just love it. I mean, I hate it, but I love it. Over here on the cash register, we got look up, Skyder alert. You can use Skyder alert to send photographs of this disgusting sky, documents to your representatives, congressmen, and tell them that we will hold them responsible. There's plenty of credible information. The lies have to stop. You know, at some point these people will be held responsible, and we can let them know using this app. The chalkboard behind the cash register, usually I change it up quite a bit, but it's usually the same theme. A drawing of the sun with a couple of jets laying trails of barium and aluminum, strontium. It says look up, investigate for yourself at geoengineeringwatch.org. Globalskywatch.com is a great site. Check out YouTube HARP report. Excellent information there. 9/11 was definitely an inside job, and it probably doesn't matter who the president is anymore. Probably never did. So, all right, then over here, heading down into the dining room, I got a couple of benches here that I use the backs of them to put information, photographs, just eye-catching stuff. I like to watch people's reactions when they look at this wall. They get fixed on it for a few minutes, and I can see a very concerned look on their face. And I understand the fear that they're feeling. It affects all of us. It's a very scary thing. So, but it's easier to face it, folks. It's easier to. There's Bob Ross, the late Bob Ross original. Don't use that word. But it's easier to face this thing head on. Way easier. 6 years of denial was tough. It was a tough life. So, face it head on. Get active in the fight every day. Find ways to, here's HARP. There's a HARP patent number. There's dozens of these facilities around the planet now. Even newer technology, but they're manipulating our jet stream. They're messing with the hydrological cycle. It's just a very destructive thing. So be active every day in this fight. Find ways. I got flyers here, Geoengineering Watch flyers, a whole stack of them. I always see Dane with an arm full of these. Every picture I see of the guy, he's got an arm full of those. So Dane Wigington's presentation, Climate Engineering, Weather Warfare, and the Collapse of Civilization. If you can get your hands on one of these, you can burn as many copies as you'd like. There's no copyright on this. Burn a copy for every day and hand one to somebody every day. It's a great way to do it. Make that commitment. Burn one every day. It's cheap. So, and these folks here, I forget their name. I'm very sorry about that, but thank you. Thank you for putting up a billboard. Skies poisoned by your government. Ain't that the truth? You know, I just want to say I have great respect for all of our military members. My father was in the Air Force during the Korean War, and I have great respect for all of them. On an individual level, I have great respect. So please investigate this for yourself. Think for yourself, and understand that you may possibly be part of the big ugly machine that is creating this. So that's all I ask, is you look for yourself, think for yourself. It's affecting everyone. Your children, my children, every living being on the planet is affected. So the last thing I want to show you is what I'm doing in the bathroom for these people. This really works pretty good. So boys come in here and it's right in their face. They can read the whole thing while they do their business. Put one of those in their wallet, and they do. They definitely take those because they're alone in the bathroom and they're more apt to do it. The ladies get the same treatment. They get the chalkboard shot though. That's a nice eye catcher. The flyer right there, and then you throw one of those in your purse and take it home with you. So they're definitely more apt to take these things when they're all alone in the bathroom than they are when they're out here with their friends and co-workers. Alright, so I'm going to take you outside, show you my sign, and I want everyone to know too that the media is totally blacking this thing out, and when they do cover it, they marginalize the whole thing. So they're all controlled. But we need to make them start covering this the right way. I don't know if it's possible or not, but we got to try. So that's an oil rig across the street that they're building. They're just building it there. They're not actually going to drill there. So Nikiski's an oil town, oil and gas. You get a lot of oil field workers here from out of state, and they take what they learn here at Charlie's Pizza home with them. They take it back to Texas, Louisiana, wherever they're from. So, and this sign's been out here for 18 months with geoengineering watch on it, and it will continue to have geoengineering watch on it until the spraying stops. I won't stop until the spraying stops. There's no future for our children and our grandchildren if we allow this to keep going on. None. Period. Both sides of the sign. So I can get over here without tumbling. You can buy the letters for about 80 bucks. You can get 450 of these letters and the strips that hold them. And you can do this on a piece of plywood, white. Paint a piece of plywood white, put them on there. Under 100 bucks, you can put whatever you want to out in front of your house, in front of your business, wherever. Make a sign, folks. It's cheap, it's easy, it's effective. Like I said, it says geoengineeringwatch.org on it every day. Every day. Alright, there's a couple guys I want to thank for all that they do in this fight and the inspiration they give me. Dane Wigington, I met him at his presentation last fall down in Reading. The man is a true hero of humanity, and he's an inspiration to me to keep in this fight every day. And Russ Tanner up in Maine. I've never met Russ, but one day I will shake your hand, my friend. Thank you for all that you are doing in this fight. And to all the others who are active in this fight every day. Find ways. Pass this video on to your local pizza shop owner, and then offer to help him. This will work, folks. We can stop the spraying. Like I said, we must. For our children and our grandchildren, there's no future if we don't stop the spraying.